This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in right now. Thank you so much for being here with us on INCRadio New York. I am Sister Camille Mika Jamawas, and I will be your host for today's episode. Now, let's dive right into it. It's hot out here, and of course, our bodies know it. We feel it, right? So today, just like we mentioned last week, we are going to be talking about hydration, heat safety, two things that can really make or break your summer wellness routine. So whether you're working outdoors, you're cleaning right now, cleaning the house of worship and its compound, right? Or if you're fancy and you're lounging by the pool, some of the tips that we are going to give today can really help you avoid heat-related health scares. So for our YouTube live chat, please do tell us, what is your favorite way to hydrate? Right? There are so many ways, simple and complicated and fancy. So please let us know. And if you have any other greetings or shout outs, I know there's several birthdays. So I would love to see them being greeted in our YouTube live chat. So yes, please do greet your friends, family, loved ones over here in our YouTube live chat too, and we'll read them at the end of our show. All right, and don't forget to hashtag your local congregations. Let's see who shows up the most today. All right, so again, right, it's hot, and we've mentioned it time and time again in our previous broadcasts that it's important for us to really hydrate. So how much water should people be realistically drinking in the summer, especially if they're active? So we've always heard that, of the old 8 glasses a day kind of, message when it comes to hydrating yourself. And, for the most part, yes, you should drink a lot of water, about that much, but it's not a one size fits all kind of thing, right? So if I'm trying to think, if you're a smaller person, right, a smaller person's amount of water per day is going to be different from the amount of water per day that a 6 foot tall guy would need to drink per day, right? It depends on your weight. So usually, and especially if you're active, because you're sweating more, So obviously you have to take in a lot more liquids or water. So a good rule is that I've learned is half your body weight in ounces plus extra for sweating. So not to mention anyone's weight here. Let's say you're I don't know, like 120-pound tiny human being. So 60 ounces. All right, how many cups is that? 60 ounces. So that's about 8 cups, right? Eight cups a day of water. And then obviously, and then if you're outside, if you're working out, if you're working, if you're sweating, you have to add a little bit more to that. Okay. So I think the best gauge to know if you're drinking enough water is when you pee. So, the yellower your urine is, that means, um, or like the darker your urine is, it means you need more water. And then the more watery color it is, then you're doing the right thing. Okay. So, we kind of spoke about dehydration. Actually, I'm looking at the comments right now. Happy Saturday, full everyone. Okay. Number one right now is Woodbury. Okay. Happy birthday, Sister Cheyenne. I know people are going to beat you later, but I wanted to be the first one to greet you on INCradio. Okay. Hello, Sister Sandra Favor Gar. Good morning. Greetings from Northeast California. We miss you over here, Sister Sandy. Okay, so we'll read some of the comments later. But again, for our YouTube live chat peeps, please do tell us, what is your favorite way to hydrate? I need to see that in the comments section right now. Thank you. So what are some of the signs of dehydration that people often miss? So I mentioned, so if you're not drinking enough water, right, there's less saliva. So less saliva equals funky breath. So if you're noticing that your mouth is dry and your breath is not so good, that's a sign to drink more water. People complain of headaches. So that's one of the kind of signs that people are either too hot, or they're on the phone a lot, or a question that you're going to hear is that, did you drink enough water today? And most likely your answer is going to be no. That's always that's always one of the reasons why you get a headache. So those are some of the things to watch out for. We also have when you're working out, when you're what do you call this, like kind of sluggish or fatigued, especially when it's really hot out. I remember last week we had about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. 100, we were at 100. He just felt really tired. I don't know if anyone else has felt that way. So please make sure, like, if you're feeling that way, drink water, drink cool water, or whatever it is that your favorite way to hydrate, which again, I'm going to be looking for in our YouTube live chat. All right. Yes, that's right, Sister Joy. And where are my dehydrated friends at? We are all dehydrated. We all need to drink more water. Okay. And of course, another thing is dizziness or like lightheadedness when you stand up, like especially when you're working out, or again when you're cleaning, you're doing general cleaning, house of worship, and you didn't drink enough water before you clean or while you're cleaning. So it's a sign. Muscle cramps is another thing. So when you play sports, I've seen that. We've seen that a lot during what do you call it? During Unity games. So please, again, make sure that you are properly hydrating yourself. So for our live chat, here's another thing that I would like to ask you. What is your take on sports drinks? Or was I sports drinks versus water versus electrolyte powders? Okay, so there's several ways that people like to hydrate themselves, right? So they either use Sports drinks, the ones that are very colorful, right? I really like the blue one. um, or water. Or there's these small packets of electrolyte powders that people usually pour into their drink, and it's supposed to help them like really like hydrate. Hi, Brother Lance. What is your
Hello,
take
Team
on
Leaks.
that?
About sports drinks?
Yeah, sports drinks versus water versus electrolyte powders. Which one is your choice of hydration?
I'm always water, but as many recommend, you're supposed to drink sports drink when you're doing heavy sports. If we're asking what color sports drinks I like the orange one. I won't specify the the actual brand,
Yeah,
but
you don't have to talk about the brand, but I think
anything
we all
orange,
know what you're
anything
talking about.
orange is my favorite. Any of the other colors, I am not into it. Yeah, but I much prefer water. I'm not very into sports drink. I mean, they do recommend sports drink because you do lose a lot of electrolytes while doing sports, especially heavy sports. Like if you're doing a lot of running, like basketball where it involves a lot of running and coordination all at the same time, or like soccer where that's a lot more running than basketball. You do need the electrolytes to make sure you don't pass out and you don't just collapse in the middle of the field, especially on a hot day now in the summer. If you are playing sports, make sure you do get your electrolytes in or get some food in before you play so you have some energy also.
That's right. So, how about you, YouTube live chat fam? What are you into? Do you like sports drinks? Sorry, my screen for the comment section is on over here, so I'm looking here. YouTube live chat, do you like sports drinks? Do you like water? Or do you like electrolyte powder? Tell us right now. Okay, we'll get
There's
back to
also,
that.
I think there's also candies now. They have made it to candy
Candies?
form. Yeah, I believe they have made it as candy form that you can
Not
just chew
salty?
on.
Like the electrolyte powders are salty.
I don't know. I never tasted it, but I remember there's when I used to do sports in high school, they came out with a candy version that you can just chew on the spot.
Interesting. Hello po kayo dyan. Okay. Interesting. That's very interesting. Um, for me, I like water the best. Right? I feel like water is like top. That's the best thing to drink for hydration. I'm trying to check if the YouTube live chat viewers are telling us any comments. All right. Again, like what Brother Len said, sports drinks are good when you're like sweating heavily, like if you're, like doing sports and over that. But just be careful, because they can be sugar heavy, right? So a lot of people still drink sports drinks while they're not like working out or they're not, you know, doing any sports. Lance, I don't know if you're. Oh, okay, you're blinking, so that means you're not frozen. 'Cause
I'm frozen.
oh, I see Lance like this, and I think to myself, is he frozen or is he just not moving? And then I see his eyes move. All right, sorry, I got distracted. Um, so if you're cutting down on your sugar, then maybe electrolyte powders or tablets can be an option for you. This way, you skip the sugary portion of the you know being electrolyted, being hydrated, and then you can get the minerals and mix it with your water. So it's really up to you what you feel like drinking. Agreed, right? So the Hungry Hufflepuff, that. I think these drinks can help if you need them. You don't need them if you're sitting at your desk, but if you do, Sister Sophia, but if you do sports or are on your feet, they can help. I completely agree. So, yes. So yes, I think if you want to just drink something when you're sitting down, I think water is perfect. I'm not a soda person. I think it's too sugary. So it's not for me. Now, Brother Lance, what are your favorite foods to keep you hydrated
To keep me hydrated.
aside
Uh,
from water?
Aside from water, I
Yes.
do like carrying apples because it's also a good source of energy. Or is watermelons considered watery? I guess watermelons in the summertime when it's because it's filled with a lot of fluids. So uh, it's definitely a good time right now because I think watermelons is it's, summer is the time of the season where they you can get the freshest one as possible. So that's my source of energy in terms of food. Other than that, uh,
Watermelon, and you refrigerate the watermelon so it's nice and cool.
or pineapples is also good. If you like pineapples, uh, I don't know about the haters of the pineapple over pizza kind of thing.
Cold pineapples. I mean I love pineapples on pizza. Are you a pineapple on pizza lover, Brother Lance?
Yeah, yes, Sister Mika. I love
Oh,
Hawaiian pizza.
yes. We win. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of sorts of fruits that you can do in terms of to get hydrated. Just be wary that they are still high in sugar sometimes, so just make sure you don't overdose on eating too much fruits. Also, you can also get them in a smoothie version if you really like to. There's a place in Canada that does fruits instead of boba, as instead of like regular boba. So they do like, and their specialty is mango shakes. So that's another way they can have a drink in terms of staying hydrated and having a little bit of sugar. I don't think it's too much sugar because it's natural. So it should be fine. But just be if you have some certain health condition, just be wary of how much sugar intake you do have. Because I mean, as much as you want to hydrate it, also, you also have to have control in terms of these kinds of drinks because. They are high in sugar. Most of them are, especially if they add more sugar into the natural sugar that they do, that the fruits produce. So just be wary on how much you are drinking throughout the day.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So, some of our comments say, back in the Philippines from Brother Miko, back in the Philippines, we have this thing called ice tubig that we usually bring every time we have basketball games. Ice tubig, so it's literally ice water. So you freeze water, whether in whatever container, you can use your water bottle, you can use these like plastic, right? Like these thin tall plastics. And it's kind of like a, what is that called? For the lands? I'm
like
blanking out.
like a
Like,
Ziploc bag.
yes, and then and then when it melts, then it's water, right?
Yeah,
That we usually bring every time we have basketball games. Kare says, offer water regularly to little kids, not just when they ask. Thirst is a late sign of dehydration. Little kids can't tell. That is a very good suggestion, especially to all of our everyone who watches children, all our parents out there. Sister
yeah,
Cheyenne, our birthday girl for today, says, I definitely prefer water, but have to force myself to drink sports drinks to replenish those electrolytes. So Sister Cheyenne is a very sporty person, an active person. So um, it's good to drink sports drinks. So for Roblin Pakal from LIC, water is the best and safest. Kalian says sports drinks for sports. And Sister Jody Parsha says drink a lot of water from Long Island City, Woodside.
yeah. Also, with the ice too big or the ice water in the bag, just be careful where they come from because I had quite a disaster at one point when I was a child. I didn't know the source of water because if it's especially if you have weak stomach,
Mhm,
uh,
that's true.
that can derail you for a whole week.
I mean, you can use bottled water and then just pour it in the
Yeah,
bag.
but if you are buying from like the sari sari store or the local stores in the streets, just be know where the source of water come from first before you drink it. Especially if you're coming from abroad, don't just drink the water, because sometimes the source of water is not the best. So
That is true. True. So just make sure that your water is clean before you drink it or eat it, everyone. Okay, so what else? Can you overhydrate?
uh,
I know the
you
answer to that, brother, but
yes, you can. So I remember hearing this in the radio. There was some sort of challenge where this woman drank so much water. I think it was like more than like 50 gallons, and it resulted to her demise afterwards because being overfilled with water is too much also. So I believe I also heard when I was watching documentaries that you should hydrate when you really just need it as much as possible. Or when you feel like you're thirsty, this is when you really need more water. But you shouldn't overdrink also because you can also overdo having too much fluid in your system.
agreed. Yes. So, like what Brother Lance said, listen to your thirst. Drink steadily, and if you're sweating buckets, add electrolytes or salty snacks. So, what salty snacks do is it keeps the water in your system for longer, right? And it can help replace the sodium lost in your sweat, right? So again, listen to yourself, listen to your body. Um, if you're thirsty, drink. So, but don't drink too much. Okay. If you're sitting down at your desk, you don't need to drink. Only when you're playing sports, especially if you're sweating a lot. So for the Lance, one of our last questions before we kind of wrap up and talk about future activities is what are some of your go-to personal hydration tips or tools? Like how do you make sure that you're drinking water or whatever your
Enough water throughout the day.
or your
Actually,
personal
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
hydration?
So when I was in, I think, college, and when I was doing internship back in the day, I used to carry a gallon of water. I don't do this as much because we're hybrid now in terms of work. But when I was in the office back in the day, when before pre-pandemic, I would carry a gallon of, like, those gallons of water you can buy from the store. uh I would buy it so that I can use it as a container. And I just keep refilling it every day, so that I know that I drink that much water throughout the whole day. So especially if you're working, you're just constantly sitting down. If you have a desk job, or if you're walking a lot throughout your work, so you should really carry water. I know one of the choir members here. He carries a big, like uh big, what do you call this, water bottle.
Water.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 gallons worth. He drinks it throughout the day, and he works out a lot, so he carries that around so he makes sure he has enough water. If you're not a water person, I guess just carry a water bottle throughout the day, so you can remember or remind yourself, hey, I need to drink water at some point.
Yeah, so I have a reusable water bottle. It's huge, and I have one at work. This way, and it has the times, right? So like let's say by 9 a.m. I should drink this much water, by 10 or whatever. Um, so I can be reminded that, oh, I haven't drunk enough water yet, so let me drink some more. But if you find that water is a little too plain for your taste, you can add some sort of mint. Like Sister Joanne said, she does electrolytes, ice, and mint. So there's like a more cooling effect to it. And let's say if you want to add some lemon, so it's a bit of lemon water. Be careful though because it's a bit more acidic. But there are people and there are water bottles where you can infuse it with fruits so that your water is a bit more tasty. So that's something that you can do. There's also a bunch of apps or alarms, a bunch of apps that you can use to remind you of drinking water. You're welcome, Sister Edna. Please don't forget to drink water. So yeah, so wherein you get to water plants or like yourself.
Yeah.
Those
You
are
can
some
also have cucumber. That's also a healthy way of.
yes,
It's very refreshing.
agreed. And then when you know that you're gonna sweat, or when you know when you're gonna work out, or you're gonna be out for a while, and you don't want to carry like a huge jug of water. Just make sure to prehydrate as well, right? Drink a lot of water already. Um, this way you're not playing catch up when you're already thirsty. Um, Cooling towels. So one of my coworkers at my old job, all right, really quick story. One of my coworkers in my old job, what she used to do is she would bring like a liter of water, but she would freeze it, right? And then she has like a towel wrapped around it to kind of um, keep it cool and kind of frozen. So then when it starts to melt, the towel gets wet and cold, right? And then she uses that to kind of like cool herself down. Like she'll put it like on her nape, like forehead, shoulders, stuff like that. Like your pulse points. Um, so your water is melted and it's cool, and you have a towel that serves as kind of like a cool the cooling pad. So pretty smart, if I say so myself. And of course, like we said last week, make sure that your clothes are light and breathable. If you, as much as possible, don't wear black, okay? So that you don't overheat. Do you want to add anything else, Brother Lance?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Just stay cool. Well, it's summertime. It's very hot.
Right. Thank you so much. So again, staying cool isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. You need it. Keep sipping, eat water-rich foods, and check in with your body. Always listen to your body. Next week, for our topic, we're going to be deep diving into healthy travel and vacation habits. So if that is something you're interested in learning about, please make sure that you tune in and invite your friends and co-officers to watch INCradio with us. And watch INCradio with us. I'm watching. Well, then again, I am watching while I'm on the show. All right. Okay.
I think we gotta wrap up with the mix.
Yes. Do we have any activities, Brother Lance? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. There's a bunch. I'm on my phone, so I can't see it.
Okay. Let me see literally regularly. All right. So today, a lot of our local congregations are cleaning the chapel and the compound. So if you are free at the moment, please do our best to help. There's going to be a finance special gathering and seminar this coming Sunday at 5 p.m. And we are going to have a district devotional prayer on Monday. What's the date of that?
I think it's next Monday.
Next Monday. Thank you so much, Brother Lance. Okay. That is all for our show today. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you so much to the church administration for giving us a platform to share and speak about important topics like this. Don't forget to catch us again next week, Saturday, 11:30. Tell your friends and your co-officers. We're going to be talking about healthy travel and vacation habits. Again, see you next week, Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time or 11:30 p.m. Philippine Time. And then greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our current Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Arano Manalo. Also, greetings to our INC Radio Station Manager, Brother Wally Taray, our Executive Producer, Kuya Manly Andaya. Greetings to our district minister, Brother Sheridan Santos. Happy birthday, po. He celebrated his birthday yesterday. Our assistant district minister, Brother Neil Patrick Imelda, our CFO advisor, Brother Jason Flores, and our district multimedia advisor, Brother Christopher Arnedo. That brings us to the end of our show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And make sure that you drink water.
Stay hydrated.